Hello and welcome everyone to our Division 1 match in Serenity Gaming Wintersplit between Serenity Gaming, Topaz and Hillerød Esport. I'm Kaczka, and first time I believe on the cast I'm joined by Hyvian.
Hey, what's up, Kaczka? My name is Hyvian.
Yes,
yeah,
and...
It's the first time, yeah.
Yeah, good. Are you excited for the match? Because I feel like we might be having some good League of Legends in front of us unfolding today.
Yeah, definitely. Like, these are two high-class teams. Like, they're both, like, Masters ranked all around. It's gonna be good League of Legends, I think.
Yeah, hopefully we will be seeing some high quality plays, some high quality fails, maybe even. However, let's take a look at what these two teams are coming to are actually, because Topaz, well, they literally just built their roster together and they are lagging quite a few matches behind, and now they are playing against Hillerød. And well, the synergy between the team might not be actually that great, and we'll have to see how it will work out.
Yeah, that is true. They are a newly formed team, but I personally know Sensational and named Support. They have played, just not on Topaz together. So I'm expecting some synergy from those two at least. Can't say anything about the three others though.
Bot lane for Topaz, as you said, they have played together, so we are definitely looking at them when it comes to holding the team together, getting some of those early leads against Hillerød, which, well, that match will be difficult because they are one of the most dominant teams in Division 1, I feel like. Definitely all the games they play, they have looked insanely strong, and it will be a tough task ahead of Topaz in order to really get the better of them.
Yeah, it's only basically Onyx and Hydra on top of them. Like, there's some difference in matches played. Hillerød has FF some games, but like they're still a top team. Despite that, they're showing some really good form. Hillerød as well. They're playing in LCD, the highest Danish National League, and yeah, they're really good in the matches they actually play.
Yeah, I feel like they might have even won every single one that they played, excluding the ones that were FF, which does bring a pretty important point with the fact that Hillerød, yes, they are lagging behind on the points, and now that they only have really 2 matches to be played, they will be counting on a win against Topaz if they really want to contest for those top playoff spots, which will be important, and a win against Topaz does make a big statement and allows you to slingshot yourself towards the higher end of the table.
Yeah, those points are definitely important. Like, getting in the playoff, getting top 2, top 3. Like, if you get top 2, it's a bye in the playoff round. You get semifinals instantly. That's a huge improvement. You save yourself from playing against maybe a lower team in the quarterfinals. It's just you save your day. You can practice more, scrim against more teams before you have to play.
Yeah, and you even get the time to scout out your opponents, which is very good, and that is also something that Topaz will want because they have currently still 6 matches to be played and are sitting on 6 or 5 matches, I'm not exactly sure how that works, to be played, and they are sitting on about 11 points, which means that they actually have a pretty good chance to get up to the top of the table. But what I really need to see them do is to have a strong showing against Hillerød and show that they are good as a unit, because those are the question marks that we have around that team. We don't know really how much they can carry individually because, well, we haven't seen them as a 5-man team yet.
And they're definitely good players individual, I'd say, and they should be able to perform together. They're a newly formed team, but like all these players have played on teams before. Communication should be no issue. They should know how to play the game, what to do in different situations. It shouldn't really be a problem for them playing together as a unit.
It definitely shouldn't. We are just waiting for some people to get into the lobby. We should be starting the draft in a couple of minutes. So let's maybe think about what could we see being taken off or prioritized in this draft apart from the standard meta picks, or maybe even those standard meta picks.
Well, NZ is not playing today actually. That's my bad. It's Shim playing in top lane. So we haven't really seen Shim playing in top lane, but I don't really know what to expect from him. He might just be on tank duty. or he might play some carries. What you play in the mid lane, maybe. I'm not really sure, but like Pretty, she likes to play the tank. She likes to play a supportive role. Can play the Renekton, and like farm up and just join the team later, maybe.
Yeah, that is something he has played in one match that I believe they played it a few days ago off stream against Oracle. He did play pretty much the solo laners in the top lane where he just wants to be left alone, get that CS, get into those team fights and just help his team out. And you just briefly touched on Shin being in the top lane. That is something that I actually personally somehow slipped past me, and he does play some of the picks that could be flexing in the top lane, like the Yasuo or Urgot or Aatrox, and we actually have seen some of the mid lane picks like the mages have played in the top lane, so that is also something that Hillerød will have. And actually having Shin play in the top lane does give them a fair bit of flexibility in the draft.
Yeah, I'd say so too. Like Cashew's maybe a bit of a popular pick in top lane as well. It has been, at least. Vladimir is something you can play in the mid lane. You can definitely play in the top lane too. We have seen that on LCS and LEC so far. But yeah, like maybe he's not the guy to look at. Probably like the jungler is probably a good thing to look at for Hillerød. He does a lot of them. Like he's really aggressive. He's really good at ganking level 2. Getting those spot ganks ahead, so that's what he really likes to do. I've seen him do that a lot, and it really works out for him on those early game aggressive junglers.
Definitely something like that Xin Zhao is in his radar. He can pick that up, and as you have rightfully mentioned, just go in the ball lane, secure that early gank, something that he has done over and over and over and over again. Wouldn't surprise me to pick that, and it will be good actually for any ball lane to get ahead, because Topaz, you said that their ball lane plays together, and Sensational as an AD carry, he has played a few games before in the Wintersplit, and from what I remember he has had some good showing, and Villetsen definitely can follow in his steps. So we could be seeing some action develop around that ball lane, and the team that can get a strong hold of that lane can be the one to be in the better position during this series.
I've seen both these teams play around mid lane and bot lane, and they're really good at it. I think playing around bot lane, I think the Hidden Shadow is like a lot better at ganking, but I think like the 2v2 is definitely in Topaz's favor. However, like I think Don't Ban Nita is probably more of like an invading jungler type. He likes to play the Nidalee, he likes to play the Gragas, the Zac even. So he likes to go for the full clear, get his Predator maybe, and then set up some ganks. He's definitely more of a likes to farm up first, then come with the ganks. Whereas I think Hidden Shadow, he likes to just take 1 or 2 camps and then gank and spam gank bot lane, because they're really praying for that bot lane to get ahead.
Yeah, and I'm going to see how that affects the draft really, because when you are expecting, or at least have a feeling that your bot lane might be the focus, then you are most likely looking at more of those defensive AD carries rather than the aggressive likes of Lucian even. So I mean, we're going to have to see what Sensational will be picking. What do you think could be some of those AD carry picks we will most likely be seeing being prioritized in this pick and ban?
Well, since I think have a fairly good 2v2, I think they would like to prioritize like a Lucian. They are on blue side first game, so they're probably gonna don't ban it themselves, but probably force Hillerød to ban it, and then maybe first pick it if it's not banned. I think that could be a good priority. It's a strong early game pick, so and since they really have a strong 2v2, he wants to get that champion. And like named support, the support, Topaz support, probably wants like fresh. He likes the playmakers and like the kill potential supports. If they can get a strong 2v2, it's really important for them, I think.
Yeah, and getting the priority in lanes is the bread and butter really of any composition, because if you accidentally get yourself 3 losing lanes, then well, that isn't really the way in which you want to win the game, to say the very least. So getting a strong 2v2 could be the priority. I think that the players are slowly getting in that lobby, so we should be jumping into the draft in a couple of minutes. Okay, I'm just hearing some news. Okay. Okay, I just got an update, sorry for the quiet moment. Basically, there is some issue with the Topaz top laner not being here that is being resolved as we speak. So we might be sitting here just for a little while longer before that gets sorted out. So we will inform you about what is going on once we actually know what is going on.
I think we should talk about the mid lane matchup in the meanwhile, though.
Alright, then let's talk about it. We have King Xerath versus Hold My Fox.
Yeah, King Xerath likes to play the mages. Like King Xerath, he's obviously a Xerath player. He likes to play the late back mages, the team fight mages, the really strong late game scaling ones actually. And he's had a consistent performance against Oracle. He really showed up and played a decent series for them. It's off stream though, unlucky we couldn't see it. Whereas Hold My Fox, he's probably more the aggressive player actually, and he's most likely has a wider champ pool. He plays the Zoe, he plays Akali. It's nerfed now, not gonna be seen. Urgot is also a pick you could play. Maybe not gonna be seen either. It's also a bit nerfed, but he plays the Cassiopeia, which is actually good into basically all those matchups.
Yeah, and I think that the pro draft has been commenced already from what I can see. Topaz already banned away the Kindred and Hillerød taking away the Zinjao.
Yeah, as we talked about
Okay. Okay, I just got info. Don't talk about pro draft. If they started, we're gonna remake it. That is exactly what I've been told, so apparently it's not gonna happen. However, we still get some nice info if it's any relevant. The teams banning away the junglers could be somewhere they decide to look at.
Yeah. Unlucky we can't talk about the info. What should we talk about then, Keske?
I don't know really. How hyped this match is gonna be. Did we talk about that? I think we did. I really don't know.
Well, Topaz has yet to show us, on stream at least, how good of a team they are. Hillerød has showed us many times. In the spring split as well, they showed us. And now we're in the winter split, they have showed us as well. So I think we should expect some good performance from a lot of players, some high quality stuff. Maybe we'll see. There's not much. I don't think there's much difference in the macro and in the mechanical level. It's just really how they play as a team. I think there's gonna be the difference here.
Yeah, it's good that you mentioned that, I think, because as you said, Hillerød is a team that we have seen them perform, we have seen them stomp some teams and really just be on top of the competition, whereas Topaz, they are a new team. We haven't seen them, we really don't know how they are playing. Yes, we kind of know the players, we can theorize about what they are exactly doing. However, well, it isn't really something we have all experienced on this stream ourselves, and that will be the big point for Topaz. It is their time to prove themselves, and if they really want to solidify themselves and come into playoffs with a good score, then a win against Hillerød would be a great way to start it. I mean, I'm just excited to see how it turns out.
Yeah, it's definitely a huge confidence boost winning against one of the higher teams in the league, and as Hillerød is playing in the LCD, so they're definitely a force to be reckoned with, and it's always nice getting the motivational boost from winning against a good team.
Yeah, Hillerød in LCD, I think that is something we touched on, and not something we can really explain a lot, but they are in the top Danish league, they are the top dogs pretty much, and even though they aren't necessarily going around and stomping teams, they are still having some decent performances against what you could call some of the best teams that there are in Europe at least. So, you know, definitely a force to be reckoned with. I'm definitely looking forward to how that plays out. I feel like because the pro draft is getting nearer, we can tie it back to the bans and the pick phase in general. Which lane do you think will be the one getting prioritized for both of the teams, mostly in the bans?
In the bans, I think it's definitely gonna... I don't think there's gonna be a target ban. They're probably just gonna ban one out from each team. Maybe one top laner from each team, and maybe there's two junglers from Topaz.
And we are now finally going into the draft. Topaz are on the blue side, Hillerød they are on the red side, and the jungle seems to be the focus. Actually, Kindred, Kayn and Zinjao already taken off the table.
It's a huge focus already. 3 bans into the pool of junglers, 2 comfort picks for Hidden Shadow banned already, Kindred and Kayn. haven't really seen a lot from Don't Ban Nida. I know he likes to play Nidalee, but they banned the Xinjiang.
Yeah, they did. Alistar is also being removed by Hillerød. It's a strong support that really can find those engages, can act as the playmaker. However, not something that we have seen a lot recently in the meta. Definitely still can be up there. So Hillerød just deciding that they do not want to play against it. And now Topaz, they are waiting to see what their third ban of the first phase will be.
Yeah, Alistar is definitely a reliable engage, and that's what named support likes to play. But we see the Zoe ban instead against... Well, Shim is normally the mid laner, and he plays a lot of Zoe. And actually, Hope My Fox plays a lot of Zoe too.
Yeah, both of the laners play a lot of Zoe, so just ban it, so neither of them can play it in any of the soul lane. Hillerød on the other side, they decide to remove the Aurelia, which I think is pretty interesting. I don't think King Xerath plays it, I haven't really seen... Oh wait, I think it's important to say that there is another top laner for Topaz, if I am not mistaken, something with that issue that we mentioned earlier. He might be playing a Aurelia. However, coming back into the picks, Topaz decide to get themselves the Thresh.
They really want that playmaking stuff from for named support, so they can set up some 2v2 strong lane.
Wait, Hillerød, they just get Silas and Karthus on the same turn.
Yeah, that's insane.
Those are some two very, very strong picks. Karthus will most likely go to the jungle, so where would Silas go? Mid lane, top lane?
I've seen it played more top lane than mid lane in the leagues, and Karthus is not really that strong of a jungler anymore. They've nerfed his damage, they've nerfed the jungle. Probably not that strong anymore. I mean, Nidalee gets his... Don't Ban Nida gets his main champion, don't Nidalee.
Right, and Nidalee, she's a champion that can really go in and pack you a punch. Not sure if she is that strong on invading, but you can punish this Karthus if he goes into the jungle, which is something that I will be looking at for Topaz to utilize as they decide to go for a Tristana AD carry, a pretty safe marksman that can just scale into the late game.
Yeah, Sensational likes to play like the long range and late game scaling marksmans. He's really good on that champion as well, and it's a good 2v2. At level 6, she really hits a power spike. However, Hillerød picks up the Lucian, an early game AD carry, which will probably negate some of Tristana's early game power.
Yeah, and if you can get yourself a strong support on top of that, then Hillerød's bot lane can be really good. And Tauber as a player, he likes those niche support picks as well. He's not only about those Threshes, Morganas, Broms, he also likes to play stuff like Galio or Gragas, which I'll be really happy to see come out. But Topaz, they just decide to remove the supports that they find the most annoying. Morgana taking over as Hillerød, they ban away the Jace.
Yeah, Morgana is not a nice matchup for Thresh. Like, it depends, but generally not a nice matchup. And Jace is, I think it's a counter for Silas actually. And they banned Poppy as well. Don't really know why.
I mean, if you can get yourself a Poppy in the top lane, that would give Topaz a solid front line, something which they are currently lacking. Actually, both teams, they aren't really investing that much in that front line just yet. Silas can build tanky, I guess. However, you are really looking for these teams to look in themselves at least one more tank. Now, Hillerød, I wouldn't be surprised to just see them go with some sort of a support pick. Right now, we'll have to see what that is.
The support champs have been targeted a bit, and it might actually happen. It might be a Galio support.
Tauber played it last week, I believe, something that he is familiar with, and that Galio also gives you a lot of potential engage with that toned flash.
It's a really good, reliable engage. Just depends on reactions from the enemy team, really. And they couldn't get the Braum because it's banned out from Topaz. Topaz choose to get Jax though.
Yeah, Jax most likely going into the top side, to the hands of Mikkel and Oriana as well. So Topaz, they have got some peculiar team composition with some nice teamfight elements as well as Thresh for that pick composition, and a Jax for split push. They've got elements of pretty much everything. What do you think they will be really trying to focus around?
Well, they've got 3 late game scaling champions. They've got a split pusher, they've got 2 strong teamfight champions. They have a good early game jungler that's really trying to enable these early on. They're looking for scaling, but they have an aggressive early game jungler. They might look for an early lead somewhere and get that champion rolling.
Yeah, and however, on the other side, Hillerød, they also have got some nice late game. Karthus and Victor, not sure about Silas, haven't seen a whole lot of him, but people say that he's apparently only good after 40 minutes or something. And you also have that early element in Lucian, so actually both of these teams have got some similar styles, as in, they have one champion that can try to carry them through the early game, and then they have got this scaling. So what do you think are really the differences between those team compositions that will define how they play the game?
I really think the difference is gonna be Karthus wants to farm up. He can gank at level 4, but Nidalee is like, she's a fast clearer and she really wants to get a lot of ganks in, it seems. Hillerød will have some late game elements as well. Probably say they have the more tankier comp, with Silas being able to heal a lot, and Galio's pretty tanky for himself.
Yeah, when we talk about Silas, actually, let's look at the ultimates that he can steal, because that is something that you always need to look at. Topaz, they have got a Jax, Nidalee, Orianna, Tristana, and Thresh. And when I'm looking at that composition, there are some nice team fighting abilities that you can hijack if you are Hillerød.
Yeah, well, they could steal the Jax ultimate. He could be... That's really a decent frontline if he's got some HP with that Jax ultimate. It gives him some nice magic resistant armor. You can also steal the Orianna ultimate and really hit a good shockwave with that Galio W if he gets a big taunt off. But really, Nidalee, it's not the best ultimate to steal. What about the other twos?
Yeah, I mean, Nidalee not the best one. You have got also the Buster Shot and the Box, and I guess they might not be the best ones to steal out there, but if you can get that disengage, if you are playing that Silas, then it is pretty good. If you will find yourself in trouble, and actually, as we are going through the same draft in the client, Silas will go to the hands of Hidden Shadow in that jungle.
Yeah, it's actually Silas jungle, and it's a Victor top lane, it seems. You're not able to see it on the stream, unfortunately.
Yeah, we will talk you through anything that
means
happens.
It's actually gonna be a Karthus mid lane.
Yeah, it will be a Karthus mid lane. So really, we have that mid lane with both mages that really want to farm up, and the ones that don't necessarily have a lot of escape. So my question to you is there any potential for any of these junglers to try and abuse that mid lane mobility to gain some leads and snowball through there?
I think there's a huge possibility. I think Orianna's probably going to be the more targeted, actually. Silas has a E with a stun in his E, so it's probably very nice to gank mid lane for him. Nidalee doesn't really have any CC herself, Orianna doesn't have any CC, Karthus has a slow, and I think really Hillerød is gonna get the most out of the mid lane, I would say.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they decide to prioritize around that lane. And you know, we talked about Hidden Shadow. I mean, just mentioned that he can also play around the mid lane. Where would Used to Care really try to make his impact on the Nidalee setup is something that you mentioned, which is crucial whenever you are looking at where a jungler can gank. What are the lanes that Topaz can really utilize to find that setup and find those kills?
I think bot lane looks like a good lane. They have a Thresh. Galio's not really mobile. Thresh can flay him out of his E. I think there's a huge potential in catching Galio out, but also top lane. Jax has a stun. If he lands the stun, Nidalee might land the follow up with the Q and burst Victor down. Just depends if Victor gets into kiting mode. If he doesn't, I think it's a free kill, actually.
Yeah, so Topaz, they have got the tools to try and plow them through that early game. And talking about the early game, what are the tools for Hillerød? You mentioned that mid lane jungle, possibility to try and outpush them or something. Are there any other places on the map as well where Hillerød could be looking to find some foothold in that early game and try to snowball it?
Well, Victor top lane is not really the scariest early game champion. Karthus as well. But Lucian, however, is pretty scary, and with CC set up from Galio and maybe a Silas coming down, they could really lock someone down. I don't even think Sensational can escape from like the Galio taunt and his Justice Punch E, and then Silas's chain hitting him. that's probably gonna be hard to escape.
Yeah, it will require some extraordinary timing on that rocket jump, to say the very least. We are now entering the spectator delay, so the game should be running in a couple of minutes. Running through the win conditions for both of the teams, what do they need to actually win the game overall, not just the early game? Topaz, let's start with Topaz.
Topaz has a win condition in the Jack split push, but at the same time, Victor has a lot of wave clear late game. And if he might be able to hold himself in that matchup, but I think Jax is a win condition. If he gets out of hand, he might be impossible to stop for for Hillerød, sorry. And Hillerød has a Kalfos late game win condition. Like, he just presses R and you just die. Like, it's not really the most tanky members on Topaz's team. So he could just like 100 to 0 them basically. Late game.
Right, well, Hold My Fox and Mikkel seem to be the two people that we are going to focus around this game to be the primary team condition for their teams. Mikkel is, what I've been told, is a new last-minute substitution for the side of Topaz, so we're gonna have to see how he really decides to play, because it's always that thing with the sub. Yes, they are usually a good player if a team decides to get them, but they haven't really maybe played with them as much, and as a result, could arise some problems. With split push, well, that does give them a free hand on the other side. Hold My Fox for Hillerød. We'll have to see if he will be the big carry for them. Let us know in the chat, by the way, who do you think is going to win this game? Two of probably the best teams that we have in Division 1 will duke it out in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, just looking through Mikkel's OP.GG, it shows me that he's an 80 carry main. So I get why they put him on something like a Jax. It's not really that hard of a champion, and like, we can't forget the win condition in the Nidalee ganking. It's a huge possibility if he just spam ganks, and he could also just outfarm Silas a heck of a lot, probably. I haven't seen the strongest Silas clears yet, but may prove otherwise this game.
Yeah, your picture side burst actually does allow you for some nice clear paths. I think the one time we've seen Silas being played in the jungle in LSC by Xerxes, I'm not entirely sure, he started solo on the Raptors, because his passive gives him that massive burst of AoE damage, which does allow him to clear fast, get those levels, and probably even look to contest the ganks whilst keeping up with the clear. We'll have to see how Hidden Shadow can utilize that champion though, and I will be looking at whether he can execute some level 2 bot lane ganks, because that is something he likes to do, mostly on Xin Zhao. Silas, a different champion, can he do the same? We're gonna have to see.
I think they have the possibility to do the same. He should start his E, number 2 I think, in the jungle. That would probably be normal. I don't know if you do the same as you do in like laning Silas, where you start W and then get E second. I don't know, in the jungle you probably start E first, because you have like 2 of those spinning attacks, his passive. I'm not really sure actually.
We're gonna have to follow that as we play out the game. We are slowly loading it into it. We will be back in about a minute. We're not going anywhere, but we will be in the game in about a minute. And Hold My Fox, no surprises, he does go for the Dark Harvest, which just amplifies that Karthus, because once he hits those stacks, once he farms some items, that ultimate will really hurt you. And the side of Topaz, well, they don't have that many shields, which could prove problematic if any of the carries drop too low.
They have an Orianna shield. They have a Nidalee heal. It's not really the big deal though. It's nothing much, to be honest.
Yeah, it is there. It is not a whole lot, but it should be there when Topaz need it. So we're gonna have to see how they deal with that, because playing around that Requiem is something that always really seems to throw people off at lower levels. However, Topaz, they are an lower level team, so we're gonna have. So I mean, I'm looking forward to see how they will utilize their team composition to really try and shut that down.
Yeah, just so no one's confused, the reason we're not seeing Conqueror is because it was hotfixed. It's a little more balanced now, and so we're only seeing it on Jax, who used to run Conquer anyway, so you might as well do it now. And You should also be careful for that Tristana pressed attack. It really hurts a lot with the bomb. Because he procs the 3 autos, he procs the bomb as well, and it amplifies his damage a lot.
All those bonus damages, they do stack up, they will hurt a lot. However, what I'm also looking at, something that we really didn't talk about at all, no, not at all really, is the support playmaking potential. Both of these players, Tauber and Lane Support, they don't like to play those playmakers. Both of them now have the opportunity to flex some of their muscles, and I just hope to see some nice plays, maybe some roams, throw in some good picks from both of them to gain their teams the advantage.
Yeah, when I also look at the summoner spells, Hillerød has 2 teleports. They have the teleport advantage. Jax only has 1 on the side of Topaz, and Gallios are half global ultimate, so they really have the global advantage with the castles all as well. That's kind of global.
Alright, we are now finally going in-game just after a few minutes of delay. The game should have started quite a while back, however, that does not matter. We are finally in the Rift, and Hillerød, they are looking for some potential 5-man invading that bot side.
Yeah, they've been doing this some games actually. They've done it like 4 times, I think, in the Wintersplit. They like to do it. It's a good way of getting a kill, a cheesy way, you could say.
Yeah, they will continue with the invade. They were spotted by name support, so Topaz will not look to contest that side of the map pretty much at all. They know that there is absolutely no reason, as we will be jumping into a short pause. Lags have been reported by Tauber, and that just gives us a little bit more time to talk about what we could be seeing this game. Let's maybe talk about the jungle starts. Where do you think those junglers will start, and how will they try to impact the map in the first few levels?
I think normally on Nidalee you start red. I'm not sure about Silas, but since there's a ward on his camp, I don't think he's gonna be starting the red buff. It's just giving too much information out. They might go for a vertical jungle, since they have the vision, Hillerød. Silas might just go for a blue start and then grab Nidalee's red. I'm not really sure though.
Yeah, it could happen. We could also see Hidden Shadow just go blue buff into some early gank bot lane, because if Sensational does not start with a rocket jump, then that Tristana can be ganked. Though I would probably expect him to be more cautious if he knows what he's going up against. The pause looks to be resolved, so we will be back in just a few seconds.
Yeah, they have agreed, and they're all ready it seems, and it's gonna be on pause now. So we're resuming the game already. Always nice to not see the long pauses. It's really boring.
Yeah, especially that it's already half an hour past this scheduled time, so we have had enough delays to wait for this match. I hope you guys aren't getting tired yet, because well, we have a whole best of 3 in front of us. We'll have to see if it will be Topaz or Hillerød that will be the ones to take the victory. And Topaz, they will be spotted by that ward, so that it does give Hidden Shadow the intel to see where Used to Care actually starts.
Yeah, I've got the completely wrong read. They're actually just gonna start red both.
Yeah, something that junglers have done quite a few times.
Probably Used to Care's probably not gonna go bot level 2. He's probably just gonna farm more of his jungle since he is spotted on a ward.
Yeah, you can't really make that surprise gank if the enemies know where you are. Hidden Shadow also will very likely, actually I say very likely, he will not go for an early gank. He also wants to get some of those camps under his belt. He might look for an early top 1. I am not sure if he wants to prioritize that, and as we are jumping into the lanes, no real surprises anywhere. Villetzen gets a slight early push onto Sensational. They should get that level 2, which they might translate into some pressure.
Yeah, they have the level 2 first, and then top lane Jax is taking some poke. That's to be expected from a range to melee matchup.
Yeah, so far early game, Hillerød, they are just getting some pushes in. Nothing surprising. As I said, Hidden Shadow decides to go for a full topside clear, whereas Used to Care went from his buff to his another one, and he could be looking for some top lanes if Shim overextends. However, he doesn't even seem to go forward in that lane. He's just safely staying on his side and farming away.
Yeah, Ooh, there might be a clash here. The Scuttle Crab. Both junglers look to take the Scuttle Crab.
Yeah,
some pings going out.
Yustuker knows that Hidden Shadow is here. Now there's a lot of damage coming through. Hidden Shadow already drawing below 100 HP. And the first blood will be secured for Topaz. As Shim gets stand up in the top side thanks to that counter strike from Miko. However, no kills there. And Hidden Shadow falls early on.
And now the bot lane of Hillerød, they see that the jungler's top side. So they're gonna go for the bot lane Scuttle. Because they have pushed Tristana and Fresh up in the lane, so that's a free pickup.
And a good macro game, and now Yustuker looks for yet another gang. That is the slow one to hold my folks. Good flash to dodge away from that jump from Italy. A nice little skittle with that Dark Harvest. However, Shim is trading with Mikkel. He has got barely any mana on that Victor. He needs to be careful. Mikkel taking so much damage for that minion. He flashes into the brush. Shim flashing away, and he will get the auto attack. Solo kill in the top lane.
That's so well played by Shim. He wards the bush to get the auto off. It almost looked like Mikkel had him, but really well played from Shim, and he gets the advantage in the top lane. Could really be a place to look now.
It could very much. Mikkel does utilize the teleport to catch up on some of that CS, which means he doesn't lose everything. He still is a kill behind, and Shim, if he can snowball. However, Yustuker is sitting at bot lane. Death Sentence connects onto Virets, and he has to dash away. That is the ignite down. Tauber gets a ton onto name support. He cannot dash away because it is blocked by the Nidalee. However, he will just walk under his turret, and the bot lane from Hillerød escaped by just burning one flash.
Yeah, that's a nice flash from Virets, and he flashes to juke the spear, and Tauber saves both his summoners actually. So like Tauber can still make plays bot lane. Villicin just has to be a bit more careful, watch his positioning, watch those fresh hooks, because now he has no flash, and if he gets hit by one of those fresh hooks, he might just die.
Yeah, as you said, that press attack on Tristana gives her a lot of bursts that could be utilized. However, Hidden Shadow was looking for a potential gang in the mid lane, so I just held my breath there. However, no one will, not a single gang will be found. Only from Topaz. They are waiting patiently.
No.
They get the hook onto Tauber, they fly him back. However, the taunt is coming through. Tauber will be able to negate some of the damage, and actually didn't go that bad in the end for Hillerød.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse maybe.
It definitely looked like it had the potential to.
I hope my Fox gets the back cancel onto King Seraph.
Yeah, the King Seraph has no mana, so the longer you can interrupt those recalls, the better it will be for you in terms of that wave management. And Hold My Fox also should get the push in the mid lane, so nice little piece of wave control there. I think it is pretty standard if you manage to get the advantage. However, another hook connected onto Vilets, and he does get played back as well. Already utilized the heal. However, Sensational just drops in a 1 versus 2 name support, trying to find the turret. Requiem coming through at 6 minutes. Hold My Fox will pick up the kill.
Yeah, that's teleport doing work for you on Karthus. He just teleports back to lane, has the lane prio on Oriana, gets the level 6 first, and then presses his Archie. It's really a nice pickup right there.
Honestly, having that ultimate so early on is something you're not used to playing against Karthus, since it was in the jungle a long time. Used to care. He's just gonna get Dove, has to flash away. Hidden Shadow coming through. Yustuker picks up 1 kill. Can he get another? The answer is no, as we are seeing some training in the top lane. Shim already has got no mana. Sensational trying to go in the ball lane. He smells the blood. Hidden Shadow dashes forward. He gets so much healing with a Kingslayer, and the explosive charge not enough. Sensational has to burn his flash in the end.
He has name support though. Oh, yeah. Where's that hook going?
Name support does not connect with the Death Sentence. Villicin looking to chase up Hidden Shadow connects with those chains aftershock, trying to buy my time. That Kingslayer from Hidden Shadow giving him so much healing, and Sensational will drop. That is a double kill for Villicin.
Yeah, those are some bad plays from Topaz. They think they can kill a Sylas who has the Kingslayer available, and it heals a shit ton, and even in the early stages. It's such an unbalanced ability, to be fair.
Yeah, those heals were insane, and that means that Hillerød, they are in control of this early game. They have over 2,500 gold in nearly 3,000, and Villetin already sitting on components of that build quarter. I mean, he has got the build quarter catalyst. He's sitting on the components of the Blade of the Ruined King, and what do Topaz need to do to stop that?
I think mid lane still looks viable. Carthus has no flash right now. It's a good area to gank, probably to get the Orianna ahead just a bit. They're even in farm as well, so it's not going too badly in the mid lane.
Yeah, it isn't. King Zerath has been able to pretty much stay even with the CS. And talking about the CS, Villetin has got a 20 CS in the bot lane, and Shim also has been able to build up some of this farm differential. So Hillerød lanes, on top of getting the kills, they are also getting that farm.
Yeah, we also see this spam ganking from Hidden Shadow, or the little skirmish, gets him a bit behind in the jungle by a 20 CS difference. And the Jax matchup against Victor's probably what it's supposed to be. Like, Jax is melee, Victor's ranged, just has the advantage.
Yeah, and it is pretty much some of this acceptable CS deficits. However, look at the river. Used to carry, it's in a lot of trouble. All my folks finishes him off with an auto attack. Bot lanes is trading as well. Villetin actually dropping very low. So is sensational. Villetin just goes on a kill XP like that. King Zerath trying to run away under his own direct. Hidden Shadow dashing forward with that purchase. The chain lash coming out as well. However, King Zerath, he might just get a kill. Hidden Shadow barely an HP. Requiem is coming down. And all my folks getting killing spree. So much action in the early game here. Will pick up their 9th kill in 9 minutes.
Yeah, this is some insane Fiesta gameplay we're seeing right here. And Hillerød is coming out on top just because they have a bit more CC, and they have that Requiem. It has secured them 3 kills already. It's just doing so much work. Actually only 2, my bad.
Yeah, Hold My Fox is just like, yeah, I'm gonna take that kill, and sensational.
Oh, sensational.
A good rocket jump though on the other side of the map will mean that tower has to go out of that turret. Nice javelin toss onto Villets, and Ustukar is sitting there looking for the damage. Tower will be the sacrificial Galio as sensational manages to get himself a kill on the board. Villets is gonna get tagged by the javelin toss. Good blast, however, Ustukar is looking for that chase up. Both sounders are available to Villets, and he does utilize the kill. Ustukar gets out, piercing like attacks on him, and name support will be taking up the aggro. The ignite drops down, and the shutdown will go into Ustukar.
Yeah, they ended up juggling the aggro just on off the tower right there. Really well played.
You can't hold my Fox. Ustukar is slowed down, and there are the chains. Rampage is found. Hold My Fox actually goes for a Magi first item and has 10 stacks on it already.
So far ahead.
Oh, Hidden Shadow connects on the sensational with that. Abscond through the lantern. Poor Tristan, I really do feel sorry for him, but I mean, that's how silence works.
Oh, we see Mikkel in the top lane going in for Shim.
Hey, Mikkel wants to get that kill. Chaos Storm is not available for the victor. However, Mikkel still wants to be overcautious. That is the death ray. Flash has to be burned, and Shim will get the better of Mikkel in the top lane yet again.
Yeah. I'm not surprised about the Carthus Magi Soul Stealer. He's so far ahead right now, 4-0. And he's just a bit ahead in CS as well. He really doesn't have to care about anything. He just needs to press his R.
Yeah, just press your R. That is what Carthus does. Shim trying to run away, he will be able to with that burst of movement speed. Mikkel had to utilize his teleport up in that top lane. We are 12 minutes into the game, and the Mountain Drake is on the map, and Hillerød do look like they want to get it sometime soon.
Yeah.
Oh, look at name support. He's just dead. There is the taunt coming through. Tower actually will be the one getting the kill credit.
Yeah, that Mountain Drake could really help them do some things. They don't really have the best of eaches, but they can at least like tower dive decently with the Silas.
Look at the mid lane. Shockwave hijacked by Hidden Shadow will secure the kill. Ustukar looking to get one back. Chain lashes are coming through. Hidden Shadow gets those stacks of the Petricide Burst, and he will be getting out. However, he jumps back in. Abscond does not connect. So much healing! Oh, that Silas, you really do not expect that much. And Ustukar goes away empty-handed.
Yeah, Silas healing is just insane. He's also very far ahead. He has 10 stacks
Oh,
on the
flash
dark
hook! Gets it in Shadow through the dash! And then Shadow will find a beautiful death sentence from named support.
Yeah, this is the playmaking potential of this guy. He's really good with the fresh. As you just saw, he predicted the Silas E. That's really well played.
Yeah, I'm speechless. A great pick for Topaz. The only problem I have is that right now they are so far behind that just one play like that, doesn't matter how good it looks like, it isn't quite enough to get them back into the game, but that Herald could be.
Yeah, and Hillerød gets the first tower on bot lane now. They've been winning that bot lane so hard, so it's expected. And at least they get the Herald as a trade, which is actually quite bad for Hillerød, considering they are so far ahead.
Yeah, they have to give up that objective as teleport is coming through from home. My Fox could connect onto Shim. He's just deleted by Sensational. Topaz, they are shutting back. However, look at the mid lane. King Zera faces Hidden Shadow. The 1-1 is coming through. Shockwave from King Zera. That's come out. Hidden Shadow has got a hijack. King Slayer kill. Gets him back to 2/3 of his HP, and he will secure the assassination onto King Zera.
Yeah, that healing is nasty. They're gonna need a Morellonomicon or an Executioner's Calling. But it's very difficult when you're so far behind. They really don't have the money to buy any of those items.
Yeah, it is difficult. You have to get your first items, which if you take a look, really only Yustuker has got his runic echoes completed. Everyone else is sitting on some components 40 minutes into the game, when Hillerød, they have got their first items already and are looking towards their second ones. It will be a tough game ahead of Topaz if they want to climb back, and Hillerød, they are showing that they are the undisputed, I mean, one of the best teams in Division 1.
Yeah, they have a 5.8k gold lead as of 14 minutes in the game, and even though they didn't get the Herald, they're still very far ahead. Topaz didn't really use the Herald for anything, they only got some chip damage on the tower.
Which really isn't enough if you want to come back in. Just slightly touching on the standings bit, however, I'm not sure if I will get the opportunity as name support does get tagged by the absconded Dark Hole. My folks just decide to absolutely obliterate the Thresh, and he will be successful in doing so.
He just lands that Q and he just dies. And now we see Hillerød is just choking out Topaz. They're just letting the minions die to the tower, they're taking their jungle, they're really choking them out very well here.
King Zerath has to pop the shockwave. That's connected to both members. Yustuker is coming forward. Hijack shockwave from Hidden Shadow connects onto King Zerath. Then the kill is found. Ooh, the javelin toss does not find its mark. However, flash over towards Sensational. He gets the shutdown for the Requiem. Is coming through here. Okay, jumps to safety. Shim is on that chase. Can he get the kills? The Chaos comes through. Hidden Shadow gets the kill. Flash away from Shim as Mikko comes forward with that counter strike. Yustuker still looking to make the great escape on the Italy. But my dude, you're running on the wrong side of the map. He looks to maybe find something over the wall. Can he play cat and mouse within Shadow? The answer is no. Epscon Ebda comes through Petricide Burst and Shim gets the kill.
Yeah, they're really just chasing them around the map right now.
Willitsen does get hooked up, slowed by the box. The hero is coming in. However, Hero Justice is coming through Tauber. Picks up the kill to name support. Mikko cannot do anything on that Jax. He tries to run away, but a double kill for Tauber will be secured.
Yeah, this is now a 7 point, actually an 8k gold lead, and it's just going worse and worse for Topaz. Hillerød has such a good skirmishing potential with the Silas healing and the Requiem available. It's really hard to fight against them.
It is, and I guess it is really a shame that Hillerød, they had FF'd some of the games early on in the split, because what does that mean is that they will find it insanely difficult to make it to the top of the playoffs, and they are looking like one of those teams that can, which, well, is not the best look for you. However, they are just, they're happy for now to just completely dismantle Topaz, at least in this game 1.
They get the Mountain Drake now. This will definitely help them. I would have liked to see some earlier Drake takes though, with the with the gold lead they have. They're so far ahead, they should basically be for free. The only possible thing is an Italy steal, but surely they can't allow a 50-50.
Yeah, 50-50 is really hard to allow, as Yustuker, he jumps over the wall into Shim, the Castor is coming through. I mean, Yustuker though will heal up. Hidden Shadow does hijack the nearly ultimate. Redemption is coming through. Name Support has joined the fray. Now Hidden Shadow looking for that assassination. Will find it with a Chain Lash. And Shim actually escapes as well. The Ignite is taking him down, but not enough damage coming through. Name Support has got the flash available. Does he decide to use is the question. Abscond does not find his mark. Dauber flashing forward. Does not connect with that Justice Punch. And Name Support gets out with his life. However, as I say this, Willitsen finds the calling good. Shockwave from King's Arth, however, Requiem will not even get him. Double kill will be found before that as Hold My Folks gets sensational. That is 4 members of Topaz down, only Mikkel alive to try and defend and Hillerød. At this point, they are really just looking to close this game out.
They're so far ahead. It was like 6 minutes ago, it was a 5k goal lead. Now it's a 10k goal lead. They're really just looking for this outer tower in the mid lane to open the map up even more and play some more deep vision in Topaz's jungle. They really just are looking to close this game out, grab a Baron and then end it with it. It shouldn't be that hard right now for them.
Definitely shouldn't Name Support fishing for those hooks. If he can find a good one, it could be some potential turnaround, but he himself is so far behind just in the levels, far behind the lowest member of Hillerød. So it does really hurt to be in this position if you're Topaz. The Baron isn't even alive, so Hillerød cannot even go for that objective. They just need to try and break away those towers.
Yeah, they should. They're probably just waiting for like a Karthus ulti and then pressing the trigger.
Hold My Folks does nearly get cut off by Hero Snurs coming through. Willitsen slowed by the box. His team is near to reinforce him though. He will be able to get out with his life bird fairly unscathed as used to curse ignited by Tower. Some skirmishes breaking out in the top side lineup, but nothing serious to see. Hidden Shadow might have just found Mikkel. We'll have to see how that trade breaks out. Hidden Shadow can probably win any 1v1 coming through. A lot of healing cover. Mikkel jumps forward. Hidden Shadow on 200 p. He needs to be careful if he drops either the jungler down for here. The Baron will be spawning soon, however, he is more than fine. Who is not fine though is Name Support as he gets obliterated by Shin and Willitsen and will be taken down.
Yeah, Hillerød has a lot of zoning as well with the Karthus wall, the Victor W. It's really good zone potential they have. They can get so much macro play going if they just choke Topaz out.
And right now we are really waiting for that Baron call from here, but they haven't been able to break open the base yet without it, but they are sitting at a 12,000 gold lead. You have a Void Staff and an 18 stack Magi with a Runic Echo Silas in the jungle. Karthus has 14 Magi stacks before he even has his Rod of Ages stack. That is a lot.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see the Silas Void Staff first item. I would have expected more of a proto build, maybe even a Spirit Visage, seeing as they're against 2 AP dealers. But I think it's fine, they're so far ahead, he's just looking for damage.
And it's that thing, when you are as far ahead as Hillerød are right now, you are allowed to make those calls that aren't maybe the best out there just because you want to. Hidden Shadow will literally lose nothing, however, he does get tagged by the Death Sentence. Good flight to interrupt the Abscond and Hidden Shadow. He finds a lot of damage onto Sensational as the Requiem is coming through. No kills will be found and a great pick for Topaz.
Yeah, that's really what they need to stall out the game, but I don't think it's gonna limit Hillerød's potential to take the Baron. However, they have no jungler, so a steal is a possibility.
A steal is a possibility, however, used to carry slow. That is a great hook, however, to Hold My Folks. The Shockwave is all coming through. Sensational! Jumping over! He has to flash to the Lantern teleport. Is being channeled by Shim in that north. Look at this Willitsen already on the killing spree. The Killstorm in the middle of the fray. Shim looking for those pickups. Sensational is finally falling down. Used to carry jumping over the wall. Mikkel looking for the saddle to Willitsen. Cannot find it. Will be chunked down. Nice heal from Used to carry. Not enough. Shut down actually. Mikkel, he's still fighting! He's fighting double kill and gets out with his life.
That is so insane, he actually survives. They just stopped auto-tagging him. They thought he was dead. And he just ended up healing with the Triumph, I think, and the Conqueror. Holy shit. That's a bit of a misplay for Hillerød. It shouldn't stop them in their tracks a lot though. It's only 1100 gold over to Jax, but Jax is still scary.
And he has got the Triforce, so now his split push slowly starts becoming a more of a relevant factor. And you really have to look at it. If you are Hillerød as Hidden Shadow, he might just be looking for name support once again. We'll just let him escape to the safety. And yes, Hillerød, they are ahead. However, Topaz, they are looking they are finding those small things they can chip away at to get themselves some gold. As Sensational, he has those 2 items. So Topaz, they are slowly but surely building themselves back in.
Yeah. Hillerød's looking for the second Mountain Dragon, and they get it for free. There's no way they challenge Topaz. There's no way Topaz challenged them, seeing as Used to Care was basically the only man on the map they had all backed. And now the Baron becomes a huge possibility.
Citizen gets hooked up, and that is the Flash Shockwave coming through, and name support cannot do wrong in this game, as he finds yet another pick for Topaz.
They are really getting these picks, and it's just what they need to get back in the game. Just depends on how long they can stall out the game with these picks, and they might just take it if it gets too far in the late game.
Name support connects another one, flail onto Hidden Shadow. He gets slowed by the box, however this time no real follow-up damage. Sensational was looking for that potential assassination. Name support, his thresh is so damn clean in this mid-game. He's just finding hooks after hooks after hooks. And I think it's safe to say that is the major thing that is keeping Topaz alive right now.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But the Baron is gonna be scary. 2 Mountain Dragons. They're literally gonna murder that Baron with the Carthus as well. It's gonna go down so fast if Topaz doesn't have vision on it.
And that's why Topaz, they need to keep it up. Right now they have good control over that river. Though that reset should mean that Hillerød will just come in and sweep all of them. Mikko needs to keep the pressure on the sideline. He has taken 1 tower, does not have the teleport. So Topaz will have somewhat of a hard job controlling that objective, as Hillerød, they are moving in.
And we see Mikkel running as fast as he can towards the Baron now.
Name support finds another death sentence onto Shim, however his team isn't there to follow it up. Used to Care looks for some potential flank. The Baron is just dropping in his 2000 HP. I don't think there's anything that Topaz can do. It will be secured by Hillerød. They get the Baron. Can they get anything else? The answer seems to be no. Topaz, they have to come away empty-handed. And now Hillerød, we'll see if they can break open the base finally.
Yeah, they should be able to break open the base. As said, they don't have the best siege, but they can definitely dive. However, Silas is not as tanky as I would have thought.
Going for that full AP means you can one-shot people, but when it comes to survivability, well, maybe it isn't that great. King Xerath will be the crucial person with that wave clear for Topaz to make sure that Hillerød cannot really break in that base. And now the next 2.5 minutes or so, we will have to see how can Hillerød close out the games. Can they actually utilize the goalie that they have built and make sure that Topaz cannot find these picks, because that is the crucial bit for them.
Yeah, they should be able to get at least an inhib with this Baron buff, if not more. We can't forget as well Sensational on this Tristana with a static shift and this E-passive. Yes, decent wave clear as well. Just not against the Baron minions maybe, but if you can clear the waves before they reach the tower and before they Baron them up, it's a possibility to stall out even more.
And Hold My Fox has got the Death Cap now on the Carthus, even more AP invested into Hillerød. However, the thing that I really want to look at is Used to Care's build. He is going full support Nidalee. He's saying, alright Sensational, you are not dying in those team fights.
Yeah, he plays a different kind of style of Nidalee, I would say. He plays the style where you just play Nidalee and you just press E on your AD carry. That's basically all you do. He likes to play that style.
Hidden Shadow has hijacked the Shockwave, and if you can flash into the entire team with that Abscond, that can be huge setup, so we need to keep our eyes on that. As another hook connects onto All My Folks, Shockwave coming through tower, finding the Taunt, and Requiem is coming down on Topaz, however no health bars, means that the damage isn't quite there. The turret will be taken out. Vincent jumping forward, he finds the kill to King Xerath already. Nice at 4 versus 5 right now. Taunt connects, Hidden Shadow jumping forward, Mikko trying to buy some more time. Hidden Shadow gets named support, that is now 3 versus 4. Sensational has to be careful. Rocket jumps away to safety. Hillerød, they will be looking to dismantle the base of Topaz right now.
Yeah, Hillerød is just looking to regroup now, get the mid lane inhib, go bot lane, they have a minion wave there as well, they should be able to get the third.
Jumping onto Sensational King gets the kill! And that just might be the game. The carries for Topaz are down. Here we're looking for the third inhibitor. Kings are at 9 seconds on the clock, and Topaz will need to pull off a hell of a miracle if they want to stay, but it doesn't look like it will be coming.
Yeah, this looks basically impossible. King Seraph doesn't have the shockwave for about 2 seconds.
The towers are down here, but they are stopped from pushing the Nexus just yet. Village now turns towards the Nexus, dropping those shutdown is found onto the Lucian Tower. Still free hitting on that Nexus. The minions are pouring in to the base as well. Can't Topaz defend the Nexus, dropping very low. Tower buys some time with that stopwatch. The minions can hit it. It's a double kill, and Topaz stay alive for just a little while longer.
Yeah, that's insane. Topaz actually survived. They somehow managed to not die right there. It was a very good shockwave from King Seraph. He managed to land it on 3 people, and with the Jax stun on those 3 people as well, Mikkel just cleaned them up along with King Seraph. Nicely played fight right there.
Really impressive for Topaz. I am awestruck by their ability to just find those picks, find those fights. In the face of defeat, their Nexus barely surviving. However, you do still have to ask yourself the question, how long can you survive the Hillerød onslaught without any sort of base defense? I don't think the answer is very long.
No, I'll agree on that. 3 inhibs down. Do they have any Baron buffs yet is my question.
Looking through the members, I don't think that is the case. I think they lost all of their remaining Baron buffs. However, you still have got those 3 inhibitors. The Nexus is only on about 2000 HP. It will be regenerating up, but getting 5000 damage on the Nexus with 3 heavy AP champions and a marksman is not hard. All Hillerød need to do is move in and hit it.
Yeah, it should be easy. They might just want to take it slow, trying to group up. They're probably not gonna look for the
flash
fight.
Shockwave! King Zerath whips that one in! Shim trying to look for a pick. Then Shadow gets stand up by Mikkel, who's looking to solo kill him. He jumps forward, however, he's dropping low. He'll be taken out by Holnafox. That is now 4 vs 5. Shim is onto the Nexus, though. Requiem coming through, only 3 members of Topaz alive. And that should be the game. Hillerød, after 30 minutes, will take game 1 over Topaz.
Yeah, it's very well played from Hillerød. They just blew us out the park with the insane aggression early game, and holy shit, that's insane. Really well played from them.
Clean snowball from Hillerød. They show that they are one of those top teams in Division 1. However, I do have to leave respect where respect is due. In Topaz, they have fought hard. When you are behind this far and you still manage to stall the game out for 30 minutes and actually look like there is some real chance of you coming back into the game, that is a sign of a good team, or a team that puts up a great fight. My question to you is, what do we expect to change coming into game 2?
I am probably looking for a Silas ban. It looked like it was a big deal. Even though he went a bit of a wonky build in my opinion, he definitely played well on that champion, and he was part of a lot of kills. He had above a 50% kill participation. He did a lot. Also, the Karth was probably just an annoying champion you don't want to face again with the Requiem. He scooped up like 3 kills early game with his ulti. Probably just annoying to play against. They might ban that out as well, or pick it from himself.
And I really have to say, an impressive stall out from Topaz. However, just as equally impressive snowball from Hillerød. They will be the one taking the game 1 win. However, before we go into game 2, we'll jump over into the break. So see us then to see how this series will develop. Come and play. Welcome back after the break, everyone. We are slowly getting into the game 2 in a couple of minutes, and I mean, after that game 1, I just want to see more, because Hillerød, they might have had the game in their hands for pretty much the entire 30 minutes, but Topaz did put up a great fight.
Yeah, they put up a decent fight, finding the picks, trying to stall out the game. The game was just a bit of a fiesta in my opinion. There was like a good 40 or 50 kills. Don't really remember the exact number, but yeah, I'm hoping to see such an action-packed game again.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to see more of what we just saw. Named supports Thresh was impressive is the least to say, with all those hooks he had found. I wouldn't be surprised to see Hillerød just banning it away, being like, nah, dude, you aren't getting to play that champion again. Because honestly it was just too good from Topaz. We are going to go into the pro draft though in a couple of minutes. And what do you think we can see? By the way, I think you touched on the Silas just before we went to the break. Is there anything else you think will be taken off?
No, I don't really think. Maybe just some priority picks. Just some of the meta things just gonna get banned out. Maybe some of the same stuff they banned. Maybe the Hillerød might even ban out the Nidalee. And
yeah, they could.
Honestly, I'm not gonna doubt it if they do. It's probably a good ban against them.
Yeah, because if Sensational had a few more items, then all of that supportive potential from Used to Care would just mean that this Tristana would rip apart your entire team and just not die. Removing that completely negates this possibility, which I think Hillerød would be happy if they want to stone Topaz even harder than they already have in game 1, which is something we'll have to see. The teams are getting ready, so the draft should also start in a couple of minutes.
It seems just like a bit, just 1 minute probably, and then Hillerød is ready. What might Hillerød... Will they get all their picks through again, do you think? Or is it just the Silas Topaz are gonna ban away?
I think that Topaz might also decide to remove something like the Cartes or maybe even the Galio from Halber, because even though he wasn't really that flashy, it is a champion that is annoying to play against. As simple as that, or anything that Topaz decide, you know what, this champion we actually didn't like, because you know you can sit here, watch the game, cast over it, but you actually don't know what the teams are thinking, and you don't know what the teams think themselves. That is the biggest problem they have.
Yeah, we just have to guess what they're thinking. From Topaz side, I'm thinking maybe a Galio ban could definitely be a possibility, seeing as it's kind of tanky and it doesn't let them get as easy kills down the bot lane, which they really want to look for. They might want to try and get him on a mage support. It's hard, but yeah. I think if Topaz gets Tauber on a mage support, they might get trouble down in the bot lane.
Alright, the signs have gone out to start the pro draft, so we should be seeing it pretty soon. This time Hillerød are on the blue side and Topaz are on the red side, so Hillerød have got the privilege of the first pick. Topaz have got the counter pick possible to their name, and I need to start. Oh yeah, there it is. There is the bans finally. Here what they have started. We'll see what they decide to remove first. Will it be something that they banned last time? Reminder, it was Xinjiao, Alistar, and Aurelia. Their first 3 bans, and they look to start just the same as last game.
And they, like, it worked out for them. They're probably just gonna ban the same 3 things. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, Topaz also banning the same 2 things so far. The third ones were Aurelia and Zoe, respectively, for Hillerød and Topaz. We'll see if they decide to go without Hillerød. Come on, do you decide to take away something like the Thresh? Do you just stick with the Aurelia ban? Or maybe they even ban something like the Jax, because Mikkel did start becoming obnoxious. We'll have to see. Aurelia is the answer, and yeah, the bans are exactly the same.
Completely the same bans. I'm kind of surprised to see that out of Topaz. I would have expected a Silas ban maybe.
Well, Silas is open for the first pick, and Hillerød they might get into the Haver Yasuo. Shim is playing in top lane.
It's a good champion right now. It has been slightly nerfed, I think, but it's still a very good champion.
Yeah, and Shim is the one that really likes to play it, and he's playing in the top lane. We could be seeing it played over there. However, Topaz, they decide to steal away the Lucian. I mean, I'm excited to see Sensational on an aggressive AD carry and see what he can do.
Oh yeah, I think this is definitely the pick for him to get the early leads out. Did you touch on Yasuo, where he would go?
I mean, I think he can go in the top lane. However, here they could potentially flex him in many different places.
Yeah, Shim is a Yasuo player, definitely. So I would guess it's gonna go top lane. Named support, he gets his Thresh though, so that's a decent pickup. He really shined on that pick last game.
Yeah, I mean, so many great hooks. Not so much maybe in the laning phase, though we could attribute it to a tough matchup. However, Draven is locked in. Now, I actually have a question. Oh no, never mind. The question is, no, it's Topaz having the Draven player. Because I remember just Mikkel having a lot of Draven, and I was like, well, someone is playing Draven here that isn't there. However, Hillerød will get that very aggressive bot lane, and now also with Galio. How does it work? 2 aggressive AD carries with 2 playmaker support. Break that down.
That is gonna be a lot of kills down the bot lane, I think. They're gonna be very aggressive. Look to kill each other as many times as possible, and it could really sway the match in one team's favor. If one of the aggressive AD carries gets the lead, it might just snowball from there, honestly.
I agree. And Topaz, they look at themselves as Cyan, a solid team fighter, just probably going to put it up in the top lane for Mikkel. However, looking at the second phase bans, Topaz removed the Karthus. I don't think there are many surprises. It did prove to be quite a bit of trouble, especially with those early Requiems just coming in and ruining so many of the plays that they were trying to set up.
Yeah, I'm thinking of a Silas ban here from Topaz, seeing it was a bit of a problem as well.
Yeah.
Actually,
bans Jarvan for like a boss. It's gonna be Silas time for Hillerød, I feel like.
They're hovering Jarvan, they haven't banned it yet.
Yeah, it is a hover ban.
It's
gonna be mechanics. Actually, Gragas.
It's gonna be Gragas instead. And Hillerød banned Olaf.
Yeah, Olaf taken off, so a lot of focus on the jungler right now. Teemo ban, I mean, that's just one of the most powerful champions, top meta picks. He literally does everything. Teamfight, split push. I can't hold on for much longer. Just stop me, please, here. Hillerød hover banning Teemo, I think they will switch it to, yeah, something like a Sejuani does make sense.
Yeah, it would be really nasty to have a Sejuani. Like 2 heavy tanks and the illusion just dishing out the damage. Never fun to play against. Oh, Topaz pick up another aggressive early game jungler.
He's going to be an Elise for what's his name?
Used to care.
Yeah, used to care. He used to care about Nidalee, now he's just gonna play Elise. And this champion, Elise has so many of that early game ganking potential capability. Throw in some more words, Kachka, please. Anyways, that jungler is going to be very interesting to follow up. However, Hillerød, they are drafting so much team fighting currently.
They are just drafting team fight all around. Vladimir, it's not the best early game champion. Might be targeted by Elise, could be an area of the map to be exploited on if they have the possibility for a counter pick. Though Vladimir and Yasuo could be swapped around.
And
Don't
Lee Sin
really know.
is the jungler as well. Right now, both of those junglers, they will be pretty much trying to look to compete with each other. Who can get more ganks off? That will seem to be the name of the early game, pretty much. As Lee Sin for Hillerød, that will ship them nicely through to those later stages of the game.
Yeah, 2 early game aggressive junglers. Oh, the Nico.
Oh,
have you casted a Nico game yet?
Yeah, actually neither have I, you know.
No, I was asking you.
Oh,
if you had.
Yeah, no, I haven't. Someone let Milk, you know, because I think we have to have some sort of a bet who's gonna cast a Nico game first. Yes, I got it. I'm actually so happy because this champion, after real release, I was hyped. Now, actually, though, I am not entirely sure about it because it hasn't been seen a lot. It did receive some slight nerfs, so I'm looking forward to seeing if King Xerath can actually make it work.
Well, yeah, it's King Xerath. He plays that champion a lot. I've seen him play it a couple of times as well. He's very good at the champion, I'd say. However, he's against the Yasuo. I don't really know the matchup. I think against the Vladimir it would be a good matchup, but Yasuo might not be so fun.
Yeah, he does have the wind wall to block the tangle barbs and a lot of damage all around from Nico. And he also can jump on her, which, well, probably not the best thing if you are playing the champion. So we're going to have to see where Hillerød will decide to allocate their specific picks. However, we kind of got carried away by that Nico pick. Let's look at what the team compositions have overall. We already mentioned that Hillerød, they've got the team fights. However, they also have got good early game with that Lee Sin and Draven.
Yeah, I think Topaz, they've got the team fight as well. They don't really have a big split pusher in Sion. Well, he can hold his own in the lane, but against the Yasuo late game split push, if it comes to that, there's no way Sion holds that. Yasuo just tears right through him with the Conqueror and the crits. Sion just dies like a fly instantly. There's no way. And it seems like it's just gonna be a jungle matchup who can get the most ganks, get ahead, and then team fight better while being ahead, probably.
So we are attributing this whole game to the early game. And last time it was Hidden Shadow who got the silence, who got the better of
Used to care.
Used to care. Jesus Christ, why can I not remember a single nickname? Anyways, he got better of Used to care in that jungle. You could argue it's because Silas is broken, which maybe he is. However, I'm gonna have to see how that Lee Sin versus Elise comes out, because if you put either of these champions behind, it is really hard to come back.
Yeah, they fall off a lot late game if they're not ahead. Lee Sin is really vulnerable to that. Basically, the only thing he can do late game is insect someone into your team and hope they kill them, unless he's so far ahead that he just kills the opponent with his kick. And Elise is just gonna look to one combo someone with her her E, the stun, and then look to W in the human form and Q, and then go into spider form and Q. Can one combo someone with that?
You know, I'm just looking at the draft in the client, and there's something very peculiar that has come up, and it is Hold My Fox picking Draven. And the thing is that the rules say that you have to be in order. That means that Hold My Fox is technically playing Draven mid lane.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to wait to see if they're gonna swap around. That's very weird. If they're actually playing Draven mid lane.
Draven mid lane, also Vladimir bot lane, since Shim has got that Yasuo in himself for the top lane. And I think, I mean, I would love to see Draven more in that bot lane, since you can actually do something against the Lucian Thresh. When you have a Vladimir on the other hand, it becomes actually difficult to play around. Yeah, they swapped.
They swapped it around. They are just
baiting us.
They are playing with us. Oh, they're swapping the Yasuo around.
They are swapping all the time. Yeah, we're just gonna wait for it. You guys don't see it, but Hillerød just decided to swap everything around, probably to just debate Topaz and us.
Yeah.
So you know, that works.
But I would say this is probably the Yasuo has two good matchups in my opinion. He has a good matchup, maybe not early game against Sion, definitely in the later stages.
Yeah, definitely. Once he gets those few items, then he will be, as you said it, just tearing apart for the lineup of Topaz, and that's why they will need to rely on these fights. However, before you have fights, you always have the early game. We talk about the junglers. Where do they focus?
Ooh, the bot lane is a very difficult area. They have two supports. They have a Galio, yes, good engage potential. They have Fresh, good hook potential. And named support is really good in this Fresh, so he can probably land the hook and set up for the Elise Cocoon to land. So I'd say they might just both go there, but if I had to look for other lanes to gank, I'd say Elise could probably look in the top lane. Vladimir's might get pushed in by the Sion, but very not good early game, that's for sure. And his pool has a shit long cooldown, like 28 seconds level 1.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to gank a Vladimir if you don't know what you're doing. However, as you said, that cooldown is abusable. You can just go up and get it. However, what I will be paying close attention to are those early game skirmishes, because it wasn't that Hillerød really got ahead through ganks purely. They also found those 3v3 fights outside of the lanes, and they brought it to Topaz. And when you look at the champions, I do get a feeling that once King Xerath gets his ultimate on that Nico, his skirmish presence will be absolutely massive. If he can get in and get that multi-man stun, then he can probably win the whole fight for Topaz.
Yeah, that Nico ulti still does a lot of damage, even though she's been nerfed on her other abilities, but it still does a shitload of damage, so it can definitely turn some skirmishes around. We also have to focus on the fact that Lee Sin and Yasuo is a sick combo in level 6, and if Lee Sin just gets the kick off, the target might just die instantly, because that's a lot of damage from the Lee Sin ulti and Yasuo ulti, with an ignite as well.
Yeah, you also can follow up the last breath with the, through the Dragon's Rage, so that is a combo that can be abusable. I just wanna focus even more on that bot lane now and tie it all back down there, because Villets and Sensational, both of these AD carries have shown to be good carries. Villets last time had the opportunity to play the early game Lucian and he got ahead. Sensational had to play the Tristana. However, multiple times already he has shown he is capable of just being there, getting the kills and carrying the game. These two now, Draven against Lucian, both of those champions, early game focused marksmen, with playmaking supports, with early game junglers. I have a feeling a lot of fights might be happening down there if the teams choose to focus.
Yeah, I agree on that. Like, considering the matchups, they probably... Like, Hillerød has a good matchup with Vladimir, honestly, but I think it could be exploitable. They have a good matchup with Yasuo and Nico. And Draven to Lucian is not bad. Like, it's probably good. I'm not an AD carry player myself, so I don't really know. I'm just looking for the importance of the junglers here, probably. What they can do. I think that's gonna sway it.
Talking about Conqueror. Hillerød will have literally 3 of these wounds on their team. Guys, pick Conqueror in solo queue if you didn't already, and your champion can abuse it. Please, no Lux Conqueror. I don't want to see that, but you know, if you have a champion that can use it, do, because it is pretty damn strong.
Yeah, they have picked 3 Conquerors. Lee Sin, Yasuo and Draven. Draven and Yasuo use it normally as well. Don't really know about it on the Lee Sin side. I would probably go Electrocute, but that's my playstyle. I'm sure that it could work like the Conqueror. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, if anyone doesn't know what the new Conqueror does, which I assume most people do, just in case, it works very similar to the old Fervor of Battle, but your spells also stack it, and you can get 5 stacks, and once you get those stacks, 10% of your damage is converted to true damage. So basically take the old Thunderlord, the old Fervor, and the old Conqueror, stack it together, and that's roughly what you get, which is strong on many champions.
Yeah, it also heals you, and it lasts about 8 seconds for melees and 2 seconds for ranged. It's a very interesting rune. It can definitely do some insane damage.
And we're gonna have to see how Hillerød will decide to utilize that as. I think we are getting into the rift in a couple of seconds, didn't get confirmation from production. Okay, we are in game now, I got the confirmation, so welcome to the rift. And we're gonna see if Hillerød can take the second game. Once again, they will be looking for some sort of a 3-man mission in the top lane, probably just getting some wards down.
Yeah, they're looking. Maybe look if that Sion is gonna, but wait a minute, Topaz is looking for something else.
Yeah, if they can find Villets and the chains, he sees there the cocoon into the hook. I'm not sure if Villets has spotted them on decimating smash from Mikkel.
It
does not connect.
Looks like he was spotted.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate.
I think Hillerød did get some sort of idea of what was going on, and as a result they just decide to back off, so no early game shenanigans coming through either of those teams. Something also worth mentioning is that now we get double ignite in that middle lane.
Actually, worth mentioning is Hidden Shadow going up in the top side with Shim. They're invading the jungle right now.
It could be big if Shim and Hidden Shadow can find enough damage onto Used to Care. They can probably burst him down, or at least really mess up his clear.
They're looking for a late invade here.
Yeah, they are. Mikkel now does spot them. He will signal his jungler. Hidden Shadow moving forward. Can he get the red buff? It will be secured by Used to Care. Now Hidden Shadow has to burn his flash over the wall, and the invade has backfired onto Hillerød.
That's an unfortunate thing for Hidden Shadow. He hit the Q on Elise instead of the red buff, which is why he smited early, and it ended up being on 220 HP. And so it pays out in Topaz's favor, and it's unfortunate for Hillerød.
It very much is. Will delay Hidden Shadow. He has to actually start on the Skullcrab as a result. As Hold My Fox, he's getting in some decent trades. That Yasuo so slippery means that he can get that early advantage against the Zoe lane.
And now we see what happens when the jungler gets the red buff first and the other jungler just takes Scuttle. Used to Care goes to invade the Raptors and gets them basically for free. Even though they should know he's there, because he walked over a ward.
I do like what Hillerød did though. They got Hidden Shadow to take the top side crab and they grouped to take the bot side. So used to carry, he will get a lot of camps, and I believe that overall net gold will also be in his favor. However, Hillerød, they aren't giving up the Scatter crabs.
It's a good initiative to grab one of the neutral objectives, the Skull Crab. So Used to Care doesn't get like the insane advantage that he could have, because he's basically getting a, what is that, 3, 6, 9 camp lead. Not a 9 camp lead, but a possible 5 camp lead here.
Oh, now Used to Care coming down to the bot. If Villiton gets flayed, flashes away the death sentence. It's a homing missile from named support as he finds yet another one. It will be first blood going into Sensational.
Yeah, as we talked about.
Look at the mid lane though, King Zeroth is ignited down. How? What? Hold My Fox just burns down to the ignite.
I did not even see that. But as we talked about, Used to Care is looking for that those bot lane ganks, and it works out the first time, and now they have no flashes. Definitely an area to go down to again.
And actually Topaz now with those 2 kills, they are the ones ahead. I'm still puzzled about that mid lane, because somehow I think it must have been an... Okay, Nico path. That makes a lot of sense now. As I said, I first time I'm seeing this champion and just seeing an auto attack deal 100 damage completely threw me off guard. I think Hold My Fox might have been slightly confused as well, but that is still a kill nevertheless. And you mentioned the flashes. Sensational also has the Vampiric Scepter, so any aggression that doesn't result in a kill will be neutralized earlier or later.
Yeah, and Villiton just has to get the second Doran's Blade to get himself a bit of sustain in the lane, which is a decent pickup.
It's good enough if you are behind. However, Hidden Shadow looking to even the scores up. With a gank in the top lane, Nickel utilizes the flash. Shim still on the chase. The slows are coming through. There is the resonating strikes, and Hidden Shadow gets Hillerød a kill on the board.
Yeah, Hidden Shadow waited really nicely around for that gank, and he really held on to that Q for a long time and made sure he hit it to secure the kill. That's really good.
And now it will ease up things a bit, because you have got Shim on a Vladimir in a side lane, and if he gets some more gold, then he is a possible win condition, especially in those fights if he will choose to play around him.
I'd say Vladimir probably likes to get the flanks on more. Late game, he's so insanely scary, he can literally one-pop King Seraph and Sensational, maybe even Used to Care as well. Depends on the build path. And he's not really the biggest split pusher, he's probably just gonna look for the flanks and one-shot some carries.
Yeah, which, you know, is very possible. There are 3 squishy targets, as you said, that Shim can look at, and they will be just waiting on a silver platter if Shim gets any more attention towards that top lane. And as things are starting to ease up a bit, looking at the CS leads, no major leads. However, both Villiton and Shim managed to break about 6 CS ahead of their counterparts.
Yeah, however, Sensational does have a kind of a huge wave in front of him. Front of himself.
He will be able to equalize that.
Yeah. Oh,
name support flashes forward. Can he get another hook on the Villiton is the question. He waits for it, and it won't be even needed. He finds the hook onto Tower though. Can Topaz look for another one? The flay is coming through. Sensational gets those kills, and name support. This guy is literally a thresh god.
yeah, Villiton almost played that insanely well. He used his Draven E to hit name support as she flashed, which resulted in at least not being able to take the lantern. So it almost worked out, but the summoner's difference was just like too huge.
Hidden Shadow looking for an invade, knocked up with that unstoppable onslaught, jumps over the wall. King Zarath cannot quite follow it up, and he will be successful with stealing away a red buff. Crucial to get him back into the game, but Sensational Delusion, he's just getting more and more ahead. Name support on that thresh, he is... Yeah, we all see what he does. He is insane on the champion. Now he's got the Moby boost, so he can move around the map if he wishes to make even more plays.
I think it would be nice to see him run towards the mid lane, just at least once, try and make a play on the Yasuo, get King Seraph even more ahead so he can hold his own against this Yasuo. It's really difficult against Yasuo.
It is. We have seen that the CS speaks for itself. King Seraph did get that one kill, but he's still getting pushed in. Nico cannot do that much against that wind wall. As we, I mean, I'm not sure if this stream caught out about King Seraph. Whenever he goes for the trade, Call My Focus just pops the wind wall, and there's nothing that the Nico can do. As Hidden Shadow looking for a gang in the middle lane. Pop Blossom comes out and finds the stun onto Hidden Shadow. Nice. The Tangle Barbs. However, King Seraph has got the flash. Will get kicked over the wall. There's the last bird coming through. Hold My Fox, there's the kill. Used to Kerr gets one back. Now 1 versus 1 fight. Hold My Fox gets definitely the better of that trade and picks himself up a double kill.
Yeah, this is the 2v2 skirmish potential I was talking about with Yasuo and Lee Sin. They have ultis that just synergize so well, so they just burst the target down so easily. And since since Used to Care wasn't in the area when King Seraph used his ulti, there's really no follow-up, so they couldn't really take them down.
Yeah, and Hold My Fox now getting a lead in the mid lane could be potentially game-breaking. If you are a Yasuo, you want to get those kills, you want to get that CS, you want to get those items, and at a certain point you just become nearly unstoppable, and that gank will help push Hillerød towards that point. However, Villeton gets hooked. There comes the box. So low HP. Great Lantern. Have a tower flash mode. Manages to get it turned onto 2 members. Here comes Hidden Shadow with that shot. Now will get immediately traded back. Another who connects by name support onto Tower. Used to Care just gets the kill. And that's now a 3-1-3 at least. And King Seraph is down that volley. Double kill as Villeton evaporates in Used to Care's wake.
I can't talk about this named support guy. He's so insane on this fresh. He just lands every hook. Oh, he just missed it barely. He just missed it barely as I was talking about it.
Yeah, no, he doesn't quite get that one hook. However, Hold My Thoughts. He will just wake through some minions, and well, you don't need to land every hook to be a great Thresh player, and I feel like named support is showing just that. Used to Care is the recipient of those kills though, and if he manages to get those items, he will just be one-shotting people, as you said, as we have to look towards that bot side jungle.
They're looking for a skirmish, but they do not know Lee Sin is there.
Oh my goodness! So much damage. Hammer King Seraph gets a nice pop blossom. Sensational picks the second kill of the fight, I should say. A double kill for Hold My Fox. Teleport from Shim does complete the channel. Sensational 1 versus 4. I don't think you can do it. He looks for a kill onto Villeton. However, Hemoplague will chunk him down. However, Sensational is still alive. He gets one back in the end. However, the trade still 3-4-2 in favor of Hillerød.
Yeah, unfortunately for Mikkel, he tried to use the Sign ult to stop the Vladimir, but he just didn't get the timing right. So Shim was allowed to teleport down and assist his team.
Which made sure that Hillerød get those kills. And I really want to take time to talk about Hold My Fox. 4-1-0 now on the Yasuo, out farming his lane opponent 11 minutes into the game. And Hillerød have managed to ease up the gold. If we are looking at one person to carry them now, I think we are looking at Hold My Fox.
We are definitely looking at it. And he has a lot of potential with the Lee Sin kick and Tauber with his Galio E. There's a lot of setup for it. He can definitely team fight well with the team and can probably carry this.
As we are going into the pause, jungle Discord lags have been reported by Topaz, so we will wait a few minutes and we get some time to reevaluate the game state. Currently, as the pause is, the goal is dead on even. However, it is redistributed across the team. We have Sensational with the Blade of the Ruined King and Used to Care with already the Runic Echo sitting on some nice damage spikes, and Hold My Fox with those 4 kills. My question to you is, how do both of these teams utilize what they have to snowball this game?
I think right now Lee Sin just want to camp mid lane as we see him right now on the minimap do. He's coming in for the gank.
Yeah, King Xerath has to pop the flash. That is a flashless Nico now, which opens up for those return ganks if Hidden Shadow chooses to do so. However, used to Kero might respawn. Nice windball to block any follow-up.
Yeah. What I would say Yusuke need to do, they just need to dive the bot lane over and over, get Sensational so far ahead that he just does more damage than Yasuo somehow.
Yusuke sitting in that bot lane, finds the cocoon onto tower, hook as well. Yusuke, 5th kill of the game on the Elise, an easy pickup.
Yeah, name support had an easy hook to land, it was a stun target, so... But it's at least great he lands the hook.
Yeah, it's not just quite as impressive. However, King Xerath, one very soon in the mid lane, connects with Pop Blossom. However, Dragon's Rage into the last breath. Hold my Fox is unstoppable.
Yeah, it's such a scary combo. You just die instantly, especially as a Nico with no HP bar really.
It's hard to survive. King Xerath didn't pick up this stopwatch yet, which just means that, well, everything becomes so much more difficult. Hold my Fox gets his 3rd plating, which means that this Yasuo will be very happy, but Topaz still managed to get the first tower down in that bottom lane.
They managed to get the first tower and put themselves in a bit of a lead, just about 1000 almost. And if we look at the plates, Topaz has taken 6 plates in total, and Hillerød has taken 4 plates.
Hold my Fox, definitely in the wrong position. However, he has got the level 10. Can he escape? He gets slowed by the Blade of the Ruined King, and another shutdown is found. Used to actually pick up a lot of gold right now. Will be traded back for the Herald though.
Yeah, they trade the Herald for the Dragon and a kill onto Hold My Fox, which is a good trade.
Definitely is. Maybe we'll be seeing some more shenanigans coming in the river. The answer seems to be no for now. Tower just zoning away the members of Topaz. From that tower they will still be able to pick up some nice platings. And with that play, Topaz secure themselves a 2000 gold lead.
Yeah, they're moving around as a team now, more than Hillerød, I'd say. Hillerød is just trying to look at the skirmish with Lee Sin Yasuo. They haven't really made any significant plays as a team yet. And we're really just waiting for the team fight now to break out and see which team can play the better team fight and utilize their comp better.
Yeah, I think that is something we need to really look at, because both teams have got the tools to make those team fights. You've got name support with those homing hooks. You cannot miss them pretty much. King Xerath with the Pop Blossom and Mikkel with the long range engage. However, we saw what Hidden Shadow and Hold My Fox can do. Shim with the Hemoplague will do the work, and Tauber with that hero's entrance. And it really does become about the ease of execution. And, well, right now in the bot lane, we could be seeing a fight break out. However, the game does stall out into a bit of a lull. My question to you is, what do these teams want to actually accomplish now, objective-wise?
Well, they're gonna put Vladimir in the mid lane. Yes, decent wave clear, can match the Nico in wave clear. They're gonna have their bot lane in top side, because Topaz has the same thing, and Yasuo's gonna try and win the split push against Sion, which is a possibility definitely, and try and take this tower.
Mikkel itemized for the magic resistance, and you said that Hold My Fox will shred through the Sion anyways. Well, when the Sion has barely any armor, it just becomes so much easier, so I like the lane assignments that Hillerød have went for. However, Shim, King Xerath, they are trading a bit. We have got the Herald sitting in Shim's inventory, so if Hillerød decide to make a big map play, it will be around that person.
Yeah, they've definitely made the right.
Oh, Flash Taunt connecting onto Sensational. However, Death Sentence will connect onto Tower in the end. And that might have been just an overstep as Sensational picks up the kill. The tower in the mid lane will be secured thanks to the Shelly. And now Yusuke connects a great cocoon. Onto Villains and has to flash away. Hidden Shadow though, with the Dragon to introduce again. The kill comes out. The Elise is still alive. Sensational eats the Sonic Wave. Hidden Shadow looking for that assassination. The Flame from name support prevents his giant from falling down. That is 2 kills in favor of Topaz's. Mikkel and Hold My Fox are trading back the Ignite down, as well as the last breath. Nice unstoppable onslaught to get out away to safety. Mikkel will get with his life, and Topaz pick up some kills. We'll be looking for that top lane tower.
Yeah, they're probably gonna get the top lane tower on the next wave. And we didn't see it in the mid lane, but King Seraph and Shum was trading some blows as well, and Shum survived with a sliver of HP, about 300, but they didn't use any ultimates or any summoner spells.
Flash forward from Shim, there is the Pop Blossom connecting on Shim, Ignite is down, there's a lot of damage from Nico, King's out as well, dropping low, and it'll be a 1-for-1 trade in the end. I call that a tie, as towers are traded across the map as well.
Yeah, they trade 1-for-1 in towers, 1-for-1 in kills. There's really nothing to worry about. That's just equal trades basically, and Shum used the Herald and got the tower mid lane as well.
Well, it is an equal trade, however, which team really gets the better deal on that equal trade? Because if you think about when we move later on in the game, I do feel like the side of Topaz, they have got some champions that fall off. I mean, so do Hillerød. So really, which of these teams is more happy with the game dragging on?
I honestly think Hillerød likes it more. I just think Yasuo in the side lane, he's gonna become unstoppable. He has to get 2v1, and if they don't land any CC, he's just gonna kill them. It's so difficult for them to deal with, actually, because the CC is basically skill shots. Nothing really reliable.
And Infernal Drake is the next one on the map. Mikkel has to already commit his ultimate to the disengage. However, look at the rest of Topaz. They might be looking for an engage. All my folks commits with that last breath. In the shadow is the target of a potential collapse. The flay is coming through. Good kick away to get the support of his face. However, King's out gets the kill anyways. They hold my folks blast coned away, and the Infernal Drake will be started by Topaz.
Yeah, this should be a free Infernal Dragon. Topaz gonna try for the Q probably.
Here comes the whirling death, however the kill is still secured. King Seraph is trading with Hold My Folks down in that bottom lane. I'm pretty sure the Yasuo is that Hold My Folks will be looking to escape. The Cocoon connects from downtown. Used to carry some killing spree.
Really good with those Cocoons. It's really nice to see.
Yeah, the skill shots from Topaz, they are landing really damn well. Named support with those cooks. We know what he does now. Used to as well with those cocoons, finding the mark consistently, and the Baron is spawning in about a minute. Topaz will equalize the mid lane tower. However, they do have the gold edge.
Yeah, they get all outer towers down. Hillerød had all outer towers down, so the map is really open right now. There's a lot of areas you can place vision down, and you can get a lot of picks, and that's really what Elise is good at. And they have a Nico as well, so they could have Fresh as well, so they could go around the jungle and get a lot of picks.
They need to set up the vision to do that though, and currently Topaz, they have got some defensive wards, not really too much of that deep vision. I want to see them move into the jungle as a unit, and as you said, look for those picks, but mostly look for the vision, as the Baron will graze the rift. And as you said, I am not sure how long Mikkel can hold on in that side lane against Hold My Fox's Yasuo, because the longer that matchup goes on, the harder Yasuo will win.
It's also so difficult when you itemized into a Spirit Visage first item, because well, he was against the Vladimir, but now he's against Yasuo, so that Spirit Visage doesn't even matter. Like, it's completely useless to him. So he's basically on a half item right now. He has the components for Randons, he has Ninja Tabi, but he at least has that going for him, but like, he's basically a one item build right now.
It will make him hard, and he's just gonna wave clear. I wanna see how he will decide to play around the teleport. However, we could be seeing some skirmish breakout. The knockup connects as well as a decimating smash. All my folks is stand up will be taken down. That is a big pick. However, look at the top lane. Kingsart and Shim are juking it out. Nice time with that Pop Blossom. However, Shim has more than enough damage. Kingsart 100 HP, and the Tides of Blood to finish off the shadow. Look at the melee though. Even more trading. Sensational. It's like killing speed. Hero's entrance not early enough from Tauber, and his AD carry will fall down now. Hidden Shadow as well. Might be overextended. Name support looking for that hook flame. Flay does not find its mark. Ignite is down. There is the death sentence connecting. Good flash away though. Flash Flay and over the wall. Sensational is on a rampage. Topaz just found herself 3 picks. Can they translate into the Baron?
Jungler's dead, mid lane and AD carries dead for Hillerød, so they should be able to. They don't have the best Baron damage really. Actually, Elise is pretty decent and Lucian is pretty decent as well. Dian is TPing in now for some tanking.
However, that Baron needs to go down faster. If you look at the minimap, Hold My Fox is on his way. Shim and Tauber are both there. If Tauber gets a massive engage, it could spell absolute disaster for Topaz. Shim is coming through, looking for that AoE. Tauber finds stun, the don't only automate Shim in the backline, cannot quite find enough damage. Hold My Fox finally gets the first kill of the fight, looking for another one. Sensational kiting back, gets the lantern away to safety. The hook from named support does not connect. Look at King Zera, he goes in with a pop blossom, deletes Tauber. However, knocked up. Last breath from Hold My Fox will be a 2-for-1 in the end. Double kill. Villager looking for the skill. Sensational will get the better of him. This fight just does go to an Astral 3-4-3. The Sonic Wave connects on the Sensational. There is the Resonating Strike. The mana is low on that illusion here. The Shadow dropping low HP. A double kill is found. The Sanguine Pool from Shim. Sensational drops. And in the end, Topaz win the fight 5-4-4.
Yeah, that's an insane team fight. Well played by both teams. King Seraph coming in with the flank to kind of save Topaz from having a horrible team fight. He lands a really good ultimate and basically bursts down 2 people instantly. That's just a huge fiesta, 5-for-4. It's a rare thing to see.
Definitely a rare one, and the craziest thing is at the end of the day, neither team really gets any immediate advantages. Topaz, they slightly further their gold lead, and they have got division already set up, so they are in a pretty good position to play around this Baron once again, maybe find some picks.
Yeah, they really just, it's probably just gonna be a Baron dance now, and look who can secure the objectives and get the better team fight.
The dragon spawning is Cloud Drake. We'll see if Topaz decide to prioritize that. Getting some more of those elemental drakes is helpful because it does open up for that late game Elder Drake potential win condition. However, if they do so, Hillerød will just sweep up division, and that actually seems to be exactly what is happening.
Yeah, Hillerød is probably looking to clear out the Vision Baron right now. They don't have any vision of Topaz doing dragons, so they can't just walk in there blindly.
Now they get the notification. However, I like Sensational and named support already finding the pressure, which means that Hillerød, they don't actually sweep out that much of division. They've got their own wards, which do give them some nice intel and will ruin the ambush from Topaz. However, right now that river is dark and the Baron has been started.
Yeah, Hold My Fox has a decent flank, but they're not looking to fight, it seems. Oh, he cancels his recall actually.
Shim has TP in that bottom lane. The Baron is now spotted. Hold My Fox jumping into the backline. That will be a big hero's entrance. Tower fighting everyone. It is stolen by Hold My Fox. It outsmites Yosuke without it. However, the fight now for Topaz. Can they win it? That is already one person nearly dropping on the shutdown. Our foul Shim is decimating Topaz in that backline. King Zera, the only carry alive on that Nico. Hidden Shadow fights him with a Sonic Wave, and he will get a kill. Not just yet, Mikkel finds it in the end. Shim looking for some follow-up. Tides of Blood are coming through. The decimating smash will be done with that Sanguine Pool. An absolutely massive Baron steal and a team fight for Hillerød.
Keep in mind, Wilson wasn't even in that fight. He basically wasn't in that fight. That was Shim just decimating whole of Topaz along with Hold My Fox. I can't believe the incredible Baron steal he got somehow. It's unbelievable to think that the Baron goes over to a Yasuo, but considering all that confusion in the Baron pit, yes, that's a reasoning for it.
Great steal from Hold My Fox. It keeps Hillerød alive in this game. Not like they were losing very hard, but Topaz, they had the lead. Now it's gone. They have got 3 items on the Yasuo. Death cap completed on Shim. And those fights, they're looking scary and scary. I used to care might just get caught out in a jungle. 1 versus 2. Tauber and Hold My Fox get the kill easily. That is the jungler down for Topaz.
So basically, Hillerød just took the game and turned it up on its head, and they have a Baron now, and they are looking to open the base.
Definitely,
they are more than ready to do that.
5 members alive against 4 of Topaz. There's the Sonic Wave, does get an insect on the Sensational. He's already half HP. There's a goblin, Hidden Shadow takes him down. Nice pop also from King Zera, but look at his HP. Can he really do anything? The answer is no. And Hillerød, they decimate Topaz after that fight. A huge turnaround, and they just might be looking to end the game.
It's looking like the game, Casca. There's Yusuke is up, but there's 20 seconds to the next. They're just gonna dive him.
Yeah, Yusuke cannot do anything. The ace is coming through. You know what they are looking for? Those turrets. And a beautiful 2-0 win in this series. Hillerød, they prove that they are here to stay at the top of Division 1.
Yeah, they turned the game around so fast. It was going like kind of a slow pace. We all knew they were going for the Baron play. And then just steal the Baron, get the Baron, run it down mid, end the game, ace the Topaz lineup, and take the 2-0. It's very well played.
Insane series from Hillerød and Topaz. Hillerød, they get the 2-0 win. However, I think it is safe to say Topaz did put up a fight. That Baron steal was unfortunate, to say the very least.
Yeah. That was such an insane team fight at the Baron pit. Oh, I'm actually lost for words.
Same. I don't think there is a lot that you can say. Word for your MVPs, guys. Good luck with that. Really, really good luck. Both of the teams, all of the players stepping up at least 1 point in the game. Here, they were the ones to take it. They were the ones to make the biggest plays in the end. I think I turned full red on that Baron. I'm not sure if you could hear that.
I think it just actually showed, like, that last team fight at the inhib. It showed why Lee Sin and Yasuo is such a nasty combo. He just got onto Sensational instantly and they just killed him. He hit the Lee Sin ultimate Dragon Rage kick and last breath just followed up and he's dead. Nothing he can do. He didn't have a QSS to QSS out of it. Yeah.
Vote for MVPs, by the way, guys. We will probably take a look at them in a while. If not, then you can just vote for them and tell us who do you think is the best player of the game. Taking a look at that, Villetsen is the favorite person for Hillerød for now, and Sensational and Mikkel seem to be tied. Not too many votes though, so that is likely to change anytime soon.
Yeah, who are you thinking from each of the teams? I'd like to say that Sensational played really well, kind of both games. It just took some time in the first game. This second game here, he played really well, and Yusuke was a big part of that. Why Sensational got the lead and why he got ahead. I'd definitely say that it would be my vote probably. I'd have to give them to one of those.
Yeah, I'm going for named support. I'm not gonna actually vote, I think, because that will probably mess up everything. However, named support with those thrash hooks, he was insane. Didn't really win him either of the games in the end. However, like, I am looking forward to seeing more of that. I want to see him pick that thrash, and I wouldn't actually be surprised to see it being taken away from him time after time, just because of how strong he is on the champion. And yeah, that's for Topaz. However, Hillerød, I don't think we can forget about them. Hidden Shadow, Hold My Folks, that duo in Game 2 especially, it was just so impressive.
They're really showing the Lee Sin Yasuo potential here. They played it really well. They had good skirmishes, they had good engages, they had good assassinations in the back line. They played really well. I would, just for this last game probably, I'd give it to Shim. Oof, that Baron play, that Baron pit play, oof, that was so good.
It was definitely great. However, well, Hillerød, they take the series 2-0, and there isn't really that much to say about it. Well played from them. Well played from Topaz, because that was some great series to watch. Definitely one of the best 2-0s I've seen in a long time. And is there anything else that you want to add before we'll wrap things up?
No, I don't think. It's just GG, well played. Good series. Was fun casting, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, hey, dude, if we need anyone and you're up, then feel free to join us on the list. Nah, I mean, Yeah, good guy, feels good casting, and that was some great series definitely to have casted. And don't forget the guys to follow us on Twitch, Twitter and YouTube, and also join the Discord if it's your first time watching the game. Quick shout out to Gamers Class, our sponsor, who's doing things where you can get it better at League of Legends, so check them out if you're interested. And that will be good night from me and Hivian.
Yeah, good night.